Origins, folklore, frontier humor, and the tall tale tradition. The jackalope is a legendary creature of North American folklore, described as a jackrabbit with antelope horns or deer antlers. According to myth, it's a shy, elusive animal found in the high plains and deserts of the American West, especially Wyoming, Colorado, and parts of Nebraska and Arizona. But make no mistake, the jackalope was not a naturally occurring animal, nor was it an ancient myth like dragons or krakens. Instead, it's the product of something uniquely American: the frontier spirit, taxidermy artistry, and a strong sense of humor. Tall tale origins. The jackalope emerged out of the tall tale tradition. Exaggerated frontier stories told by cowboys, lumberjacks, and early settlers to entertain, pass the time, and outdo one another around the campfire. These tales often featured peculiar animals, like the hodag or side-hill gouger, exaggerated feats of nature, and creatures just plausible enough to make you wonder. The jackalope was perfectly suited to this world. A desert rabbit with antlers, fast as lightning, rarely seen, and occasionally rumored to mimic human speech. The real beginning: taxidermy and the Herrick brothers. The first documented jackalope specimen was created in Douglas, Wyoming in the 1930s by a pair of brothers, Douglas and Ralph Herrick. The story. As the legend goes, the Herrick brothers returned from a rabbit hunt, and while skinning the animals, Douglas jokingly placed a pair of deer antlers next to a jackrabbit carcass. Inspired, he mounted them together. The result: the first taxidermy jackalope. Ralph, who ran a small taxidermy business, put the creature on display in his shop. Visitors were immediately fascinated and confused. Word spread. Soon, tourists wanted to buy one. The Herricks began producing more, part novelty, part inside joke, part tourism bait. By the 1940s, postcards, novelty signs, and fake sightings had turned the jackalope into a symbol of Western whimsy. Biological curiosity: real-life jackalopes. There's an unexpected twist in the story. Real rabbits can grow horn-like protrusions due to a virus called the shop papilloma virus. Discovered in the 1930s by Dr. Richard Shope, this virus causes hard, keratinous tumors to grow on the heads and faces of infected rabbits. In some cases, these growths can resemble small horns or antlers. Early European and Native American accounts occasionally described horned rabbits, likely due to observations of infected animals. Some believe this biological phenomenon contributed to or reinforced the jackalope myth. In short, the jackalope is fake, but nature created something disturbingly close. Jackalope as Americana: folklore meets tourism. Douglas, Wyoming, the jackalope's official hometown, fully embraced the legend. Today, the town features a giant jackalope statue, jackalope hunting licenses, once issued humorously by the local Chamber of Commerce, and shops selling plush jackalopes, postcards, mounted heads, and t-shirts. The town even declared an official Jackalope Day, celebrating the creature with food, games, and parades. Other towns across the West, especially in Arizona, Texas, and South Dakota, followed suit. The jackalope became a fixture of roadside Americana, a mix of Route 66 kitsch, tall tale lore, and small-town charm. Cultural legacy: the jackalope in popular media. The jackalope's influence has grown beyond its tourist roots. It appears in television. America's Funniest People had a recurring jackalope puppet. Books and art. Modern folklore collections included alongside Bigfoot and the Chupacabra. Cryptozoology. Though tongue-in-cheek, some amateur enthusiasts catalog the jackalope as a North American cryptid. Music and pop culture. Referenced by artists, featured in novelty songs, and even used in indie band names. Though it started as a joke, The jackalope has achieved near-mythical status in the U.S., precisely because it toes the line between possible and ridiculous. Symbolism and psychological appeal. Why has the jackalope endured? It's whimsical, a creature that shouldn't exist, but somehow feels like it could. It's nostalgic, reminds many Americans of road trips, souvenir shops, and campfire tales. It taps into imagination. Like the boogeyman or the Loch Ness monster, it gives the mind something to chase, even if we know it isn't real. It mocks seriousness. The jackalope is a legend that knows it's a legend, and that self-aware humor is key to its staying power. Conclusion. A myth made in America. The jackalope may be the only cryptid with a confirmed birth date, creator, and taxidermy recipe. It's not a mystery. It's not a monster. But it's very real. Not in biology, but in culture, humor, and Americana. It's the kind of creature only the American West could have invented. Part curiosity, part hoax, and entirely a celebration of imagination. You know it's fake. I know it's fake. But for just a second, standing there in that dusty roadside store, you wonder, what if it isn't?